And the theme is the channel strategy, e-payment in a global recession. But the most fascinating part for someone like me is to watch what seemed like an impossibility 9 years ago to have come to a state of maturity, in a sense. It seemed like a dream that was so far-fetched 9 years ago to imagine to organize Smart Card Expo in Nigeria. It seemed like the day will never come when we will have e-payment formats in any form in Nigeria. Credit cards seemed like it's not possible, security issues, so many factors were enumerated by people as to the reason that these things will never happen in Nigeria. But I've seen the power of vision and the ability to see beyond the immediate and to dream into the future, which has been the center of everything that Intermac has done to this point. For the very first few years, it was just an act of faith, believing in a country, believing in a people, believing in the future of a great country that is so highly misunderstood, and daring to believe enough to take the steps in advance of the time to begin to put together the infrastructure and the support system that will help us to get there. As the years have passed, we have seen that one of the great things about Nigeria, it might take us some time to get there, but once we catch the vision, we always seem to grow exponentially with anything that we choose to do. And that's the story of the e-business and the card industry in Nigeria. It took such a long time to get there, defying every odd, but there were key players who believed in the system and committed to it. And that's why I'll always celebrate someone like Mr. Aladekono, because there were those that put their foot forward in the early days, believing in the system, or value card, and all those the banks that put their money together to start the first set of processes that has gotten us to where we are now. Oh, there were failures along the way. There were projects that a lot of money was invested in but didn't quite make the light of day the way they were envisioned. But the truth is, all of those things got us to where we are now. And now we're in a great Nigeria where my driver can go to the ATM and successfully he can draw money without any issues. Where the average young university student of today has an ATM card, and every Nigerian that has any interest in being involved in technology platform in terms of transactions at different levels has access to it and is able to get involved in it. We are in the Nigeria of today where you can get a credit card that you pay for in Nigeria, in Naira. We're in Nigeria of today where you can get credit card either in small model or in continuous model. We're in a Nigeria of today where you can evaluate a Nigerian in the context of who he is. As a Nigerian, I do not have to explain to some credit guy in the UK or in America as to the reason why the letter, my income statement or my bank statement has a different delivery address from my residential address. Because he cannot begin to understand the fact that, okay, we've got a challenge with our postal delivery system, and therefore I will forward my mail to any location where I can readily receive it, and he would score that against me because in his own system, that's a great way to evaluate or to determine your creditworthiness in some form. I'm in a Nigeria where I do not have to account to anyone about the reason why I have no debit concerning the house that I live in. Because in Nigeria, the mortgage system is not so developed, and generally our houses are owned outright. We build out of our excesses and out of our resources. We do not owe for the houses we live in, and the guy cannot understand why I don't have a mortgage and I'm claiming that I have such great rental income from properties. It's a great day for Nigerians because in the context of who we are and our own environment, a lot of things that the Smart Card Expo and all the players in the smart card industry have facilitated has brought home the same international factors, but applied in our local context. And the beautiful thing about Intermac is we can see beyond Nigeria. You can't ignore our country because 150 million people, that's too many people to ignore. And the energy, the dynamism, the creativity, the ambition and the drive of the average Nigerian is too much for anyone to ignore. And that's what makes us such a great country. And that's why it gives me pride when I see someone else wearing the Nigerian flag with a pride, because he has seen Nigeria and he believes in Nigeria. Thank you. We're at the beginning of a great future. Technology is a part of it. The rest of the world might be miles ahead of us, but we're very good at playing catch-up. So to all my fellow Nigerians that are here, we have a lot to give, and I'm challenging you to give it and make Nigeria great. To those that are visiting our country and coming to the Smart Card Expo for the first time, or visiting Nigeria for the first time, Nigeria is a mystery waiting to be discovered. CNN or any other international media has no clue where we are. They have news to sell, so they sell it the way they choose to. But there's so much greatness and so much goodness and so much that can be talking to. You have to see with the right eyes. Open your heart, open your mind, listen. There is so much to take out of this country. As you walk through the Expo, the conference in the next 2-3 days, look beyond what you see and you will discover the greatness that is at the heart of Nigeria. Welcome to Smart Card Expo 2000.